everybody, welcome back to Goodison Park, welcome back to Everton Live. I'm Sarah Halpin and I will shortly be joined by Ian Snodin for tonight's episode of Everton Live. But firstly, let's have a quick look at what's here to come for you on Everton Live this evening. So we will have, of course, highlights versus Brentford. It's how we got here in the first place. We'll have the player arrivals for you, team news for Everton and Boreham Wood as it drops. Tony Hibbert surprises Kane Smith. We all saw that, the Boreham Wood player who's a massive Evertonian, who we saw him celebrating with that Tony Hibbert shirt, which was a fantastic scene, of course. We'll have the highlights from Everton Women versus Charlton, who, of course, progressed Everton through to the quarter-finals of the Women's FA Cup. I spoke to Toni Duggan earlier on the back of another Everton Women win last night at Aston Villa as well. Fantastic. We spoke to Gareth Farrelly pitchside just before as well to get his thoughts on this one tonight. We'll hear from Frank Lampard and, of course, live commentary will be available on evertonfc.com. But first tonight, it is Everton versus Boreham Wood. It's a massive one under the lights. It's fantastic to see, and I think it's only fair to credit Boreham Wood, who've done exceptionally well to get here. But we are hoping, of course, that it will be an expected Everton win tonight, and we will soon find out who will be the prize as the result for whoever wins tonight, who will get in the quarter-finals. So fingers crossed, it will be Everton in the hat, and we should know shortly who we will face. But first, let's have a look at how we got here and the highlights of Everton versus Brentford.
Looking for the breakthrough here at Goodison, and they've got it! Yeremina on as an early substitute, and my, it's paid dividends in a strange way. Not initially selected, but nodding home to give Everton the first goal in the Frank Lampard era. Here's Allen, Richarlison getting in behind. Richarlison's got there and scored for Everton. Just what those in the Gladys Street were looking for. Everton lead 2-0. Richarlison, to the delight of Frank Lampard. Is that the job done this afternoon? And they've got a chance to get back into it here, but Pickford has conceded a penalty. Up steps Tony. Can Pickford be the hero? No, he's gone the wrong way. Maury Gray. Mina's trying to beat it. It's in from Holgate. Everton have got a third. Mason Holgate in the FA Cup. Celebrates in front of those in the Gladys Street. He's got there to keep it for Everton. Townsend made a run towards the penalty. He's got a touch from Iwobi. Townsend, brilliant! Seals the victory in style. 4 for Everton in the 4th round of the Cup. 4 big smiles all around Goodison. Frank Lampard is wearing the broadest of those smiles.
Ian Snodin has just run onto set with me here, in the highlights there, getting a little picture with
Sorry about that,
yeah. You were getting a picture with a young Boreham Wood fan there, weren't you?
Do you know what I was?
Yeah.
I was. I've just said I hope you don't score, even though she is only about 6-year-old. I don't want her in tears at the end of the night, but I don't want to celebrate it either.
No, do you know what? It's brilliant, isn't it? Obviously, we've just seen the highlights there, Everton, Brentford, and we'll talk about that in a minute of how we got here. But I was walking to work before down Goodison Road, and I saw a few fans, a few Boreham Wood fans chanting "Black and White Army" and all this. And I said to the chap, I said, "Listen, I hope you enjoy tonight, but not too much," because I was speaking to Toni Duggan before, and we have got. It's a very slim chance of it being a banana skin, but it could be. We've seen that this team has obviously knocked out Bournemouth. It should be a comfortable Everton victory tonight, shouldn't it? Should be.
It should be. I expect it to be. I'll be bitterly disappointed if we don't go through to the next round. I remember coming here in 1984 with Doncaster. I'm not sure whether we was the old 3rd or 4th division, probably 3rd division. We brought about 8,000 to 10,000 fans that day, and it was a fantastic day. I'm sure Boreham Wood, they're bringing 2,000 fans up on on a Thursday night when it's on TV.
School night as well.
That is
brilliant.
what the FA Cup is all about, Sarah. They keep some people keep knocking it and saying it's not what. You tell them Boreham Wood fans it's not what. It's fantastic, and they'll make some noise.
Yeah.
Hopefully for about 2 or 3 minutes till we score. Hopefully, but I don't know the team that Frank's putting out, but I'm expecting it to be a strong one as well. So it's a great opportunity for us to get in the next round. There's no doubt about it. We've got to win tonight, and I expect us to do that. The draw disappoints me that it's before kick-off.
Yeah.
I'd like to see it after kick-off, but if we do go through, we knew we were going to be played before we even kick off.
That's it, exactly. We were just chatting to Gareth Farrelly before, and we were saying, does it add a little bit of an extra incentive for both teams? Say you get a really exciting draw. Obviously, Boreham Wood would probably be hoping for it to be another Premier League away game, wouldn't they? But there is that nice thing of not knowing who you're going to get.
Do you know, if I was a player, I wouldn't want to know.
Do you think it's a distraction?
Yeah, I do in a way. I wouldn't want to know if I was playing. I'd like it to be, but the players are going to find out because all the crowd are going to know and they're going to shout on it when you're warming up and stuff like that. But yeah, I'd like to have seen the draw after this game. But it's not to be. We'll know if we go through. I keep saying if we go through. I expect us to go through, nothing else. And I will be mightily disappointed, and so will a full house. Wow. A full house inside Goodison Park on a Thursday night.
Under the floodlights.
Yeah, and no disrespect to this Boreham Wood team, because I've been there. I've been manager of Doncaster in the Conference League, and it means so much to come to a top club. It really does. So I've no disrespect whatsoever about Boreham Wood as a football club, but a full house at Goodison Park, I think our fans deserve a pat on the back as well.
Absolutely, and I was actually talking, I've been away with the women's team, and I was talking to some of the girls about how excellent our support is, and I said, one thing that you can't take away from Evertonians, we will follow this club everywhere.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter the date, it doesn't matter the weather, it doesn't matter the time. We will always fill our, however many allocated we've got. And as you said, we're facing a team in the 5th tier of English football tonight, and we're all here to will Frank Lampard and the boys on to hopefully a quarter-final, aren't we?
Well, let's hope so. It's fantastic. I can't say enough about this club and about our fans. I've experienced playing against them for Doncaster. I've experienced playing for them, and I'm still experiencing it now. And the second to none in my eyes, our fans. You know that, absolutely, Snods. There's no other way about it. But on tonight's game and who we might see Frank Lampard put out there, we've heard that Mikolenko will start tonight's game, which is good. I wouldn't be surprised if Patterson starts either.
Yeah.
It's a great opportunity for him to be put into the team. But I wouldn't like to see wholesale changes.
Yeah.
Because we've got to respect Boreham Wood. They went to Bournemouth and won.
Yeah.
Bournemouth a championship, and they're high up in the top 4.
Yeah, they're
or
doing
top
3.
Well, aren't they? Yeah, in the championship. So they'll be loving this. They've got nothing to lose whatsoever. We've got everything to lose. But I'm sure Frank's told the players, and the players know what the FA Cup means to Everton Football Club.
Yeah.
And I'm expecting no banana skin here.
Yes, that's what we like to hear. And we have got the player arrivals there on the screen, Snods, and we can see, obviously, some of the first-team players, Andros Townsend, Mikolenko there, Seamus Coleman, etc. But we did see some of the younger boys there as well. Do we expect, like we've just been talking about, do you think we will see maybe some of the less heard of names around the first team get a look today? Or do you think, like you said, we start with a stronger team, try and kind of put the tie to bed, and then maybe bring in some of the younger players?
Yeah, it's a tough call. I'm expecting Branthwaite to play.
Yes.
He's had a bit of experience anyway, so I'm expecting him to play. After that, I think it might be the more experienced players. We've got. I think that definitely the lad Mikolenko's playing at left back.
Yeah.
I'm expecting Patterson to play at right back, and I think that'll be only the change. The 3 younger changes. I don't think the likes of Dobbin will play or will start, etc. I think we'll start with a relatively strong team, and I expect the likes of, if he doesn't play, Richarlison, we're just looking at him now.
Yep, Decore.
I think Decore will play because he's coming back from injury. He needs a bit more game time, so I think Decore will play.
Get him the minutes.
Yeah, I really do. I think Richarlison probably be on the subs bench, but they'll be there if needed. Hopefully they won't be needed.
Let's hope they're not needed.
No.
And of course, Damari Gray as well, who will be available for selection, a player that we've missed recently through a minor injury as well. But it is a massive game. Team news just about 3 minutes away now. But as we're saying, Everton, we're fully expected to win this game here tonight. And, you know, the highlights we just saw before, Brentford was Frank Lampard's first game in charge. A 4-1, you know, that was against Premier League opposition as well. And we were really comfortable victors that day. And the atmosphere was bouncing, wasn't it, for Frank's first game? And he's spoken about it, Frank Lampard, in his press conference, about conversations with Richie, with Richarlison, about how much Richie wants to get to Wembley. And, you know, if we get through this one today, then we're just one game away from that. You know, it's a massive incentive in what's been a tough season, isn't it?
Of course it is, to be in the last eight, and then you're going to get an hard tie in the last eight. You expect that. It's quarterfinals of the FA Cup. A lot of the big boys are there, so yeah, it's going to be a tough game. Let's get through this one, see who we draw, and one step away from Wembley. The fans are just dying for another trip to Wembley. We're dying to win a trophy, and we've got a real chance. Get through tonight, last eight. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed indeed. And, you know, there's some big names, big teams that have been knocked out as well. Middlesbrough the other night knocking Spurs out as well. That's a big team. That's a big graft from them. And Boreham Wood will be looking at this and thinking, oh, how much we'd love to do that. But we don't expect that, do we? We expect very much to be. And would you take Middlesbrough home in the next round?
Certainly. I remember in, I think it was 87 or 88, we had many cup games with Middlesbrough. Chef Wednesday, we had loads of cup games with them. But we had, because it was just continuously, it weren't penalties and extra time and penalties. Yeah. And then you moved on. It was replay, and I think it went to about 2 or 3 replays against Middlesbrough. Yeah. So, that were at Ayresome Park, the old ground then, and that was rocking up there, rocking here. The FA Cup, Sarah, the FA Cup is the FA Cup. When you're born watching the FA Cup, the final especially, but the third round draw as well for non-league teams that have progressed that far is like getting to Wembley anyway. But Boreham Wood here at Goodison, the feeling that they knew they'd drawn Everton after they beat Bournemouth must have been fantastic. And I'm hoping they enjoy the evening, but not too much. Not too much.
That's what we want here. And of course, Goodison Park as well. You know, it probably will be their only chance to come here and play at Goodison Park before we move to Bramley-Moore Dock. But we have got the team news is just about to drop, so we'll have that for you in just a few seconds. You know, I can't pretend to know a load about Boreham Wood's team. Obviously, I've watched them in the FA Cup so far, but they have got a couple of players that we've got to watch out for. I think particularly second half against Bournemouth, they were superb. So just around the corner from getting that, some 10 seconds away now. We believe here is Everton's team news for us. Do you think we'll stay with Jordan Pickford?
No, I think Begovic might.
You think he'll bring in Begovic?
I think Begovic might start the game.
Well, we are just about to hear the team news, and we will find out whether it will be Begovic. You're right there.
That is.
Here he is. Snods is right. Asmir Begovic starts in goal for Everton tonight. Number 2, John Joe Kenny. 3, Nathan Patterson will make his Everton debut here at Goodison Park. Good luck to him tonight on what's going to be a special day for him. Michael Keane, number 5. 6, Alan. 14, Andros Townsend, of course, scoring in the last couple of rounds for Everton as well. 16, Abdoulaye Doucouré, gets the nod to start. Vitaly Mikolenko starts at left back. We've got Anthony Gordon in there as well. As you said, Jarrett Brantwaite gets the nod to start. And number 33, Salomon Rondon as well. So that is your starting 11 to face Boreham Wood. Here are the subs. So we've got Andy Lonergan, we've got Mason Holgate, Richarlison, Alex Iwobi, Seamus Coleman, Ryan Astley, Isaac Price, Lewis Dobbin and Reece Welsh as well there. So there's a few players. You know, Damari Gray, there's no sign of him there in the squad, is there?
No.
And Boreham Wood, here is the team that are going to face Everton tonight here at Goodison Park. Ashby Hammond in goal, Mark Ricketts, Will Evans, David Seaman, David Stevens, Josh Reese, Scott Bowden, Tyrone Marsh, Frankie Raymond, Jacob Mendy, Kane Smith, the Evertonian as well, and Connor Stevens. Let's have a look at the bench for Boreham Wood. Nathan Ashmore, Jamal Fifield, Adrian Clifton, James Comley, Connor Smith and Niall Ranger as well. Luke Gerrard, the manager there, at just 30 years old. Fantastic. So those are the two teams for tonight's game. First of all, Everton. What do we make of that team? A few, we've seen Patterson, start. Branthwaite in there. You were right about the keeper as well, Mikolenko.
I thought they would. It's just, I looked at John Joe Kenny, so it looks on paper we're going to play three centre-backs.
Yep.
John Joe was a centre-back anyway as a youngster coming through. I know he played for England under 18s as a centre-back as well, so it'd be no strange to see him probably at the right-hand side, Branthwaite on the left, Michael Keane central. So, and that will mean that the two young full-backs that we just recently brought in will be able to get forward as much as they possibly like this evening, knowing that Allen's there, Decor is there, so it's a strong midfield. Andros Townsend,
Gordon in there as
Anthony Gordon, and then hopefully Rondon will, hopefully, fingers crossed, get his goal tonight.
Well, this is his chance, isn't it, against a team that are many divisions below Everton. So it's a little bit less pressure, but at the same time, I'd imagine there is a little bit of pressure on his shoulders because he's yet to do that for Everton. He came close.
He needed a wonder save.
Fantastic effort, wasn't it?
It was a fantastic ball from Dele Alli, a fantastic volley from Solomon, but what a save that was as well. So, but overall, now the team is strong enough to win this cup tie. We've got some experienced players. We've got a few youngsters in there. I didn't see. Did they mention who were captain tonight? Because the word talk.
Let's have a little look. I'm going to trot over here. Our cameraman Merlin has just given us a team sheet. Actually, we're going to grab it here. Mikolenko has been made captain. We saw Manchester City do that also with Zinchenko as well, which I think is a nice gesture from the football club. So we're just having another little skim along the team there. So we've got a bit of a mixture, haven't we, between sort of first team players that you would expect to see and Branthwaite now. He feels like he should be more than comfortable in there. Yeah,
he's proved himself when he's played. He's come in, he's let nobody down. He's only a youngster, growing in stature as well. So it's a great opportunity for him as well. But Sarah, looking at that team, we've got enough there. And as I keep saying, I don't like disrespecting anybody from whatever league they're in football-wise, but you'd look at that and think, that's strong enough to win this football game.
Yeah, we should win this football game, there's no doubt about that, but we've got to get it over the line. A player that we've just seen in that Boreham Wood side, though, Kane Smith, Evertonian, Tony Hibbert fan, is what happened when the two of them spoke ahead of this one.
Kane, thanks very much indeed for joining us. The first and most obvious question, I suppose, is why Everton? Why are you an Evertonian?
I've had that a lot, trust me, over the last few days. No, I follow my dad. My dad's a Blue, always has been a Blue. I've got his side of the family. Some live up in St Helens Way, so they're a Blue as well. So I remember him watching he said to me, like, his background on it was watching a game when he was younger, and he just he saw Everton colours, he loved them, and I can't remember the player, but he loved a couple of the players, and I've just followed him from there, and I'm glad I have.
Yeah, absolutely. So are we. So why Tony Hibbert then?
It's been I played right back myself, so that was probably one of the obvious reasons, but I love the way he played. I think every Everton fan will agree. He gives everything on the pitch 110%. I think that's what Everton are all about. If you work hard, they'll always remember the name on the back. So for that reason solely, I loved him. Tim Cahill as well. When I was growing up, he was probably a massive icon and a role model for me when I was growing up. Not just the goals and his determination, but I just loved his celebrations as well. So that was up there.
Where were you when you watched the draw?
I was at home. It was before we had the game on the Sunday, so just before we went to get on the coach to meet up to go to Bournemouth. I was sitting at home with my girlfriend at the time, and I was in two minds whether to watch it or not, because I just thought, I have to watch it just in case we pull out Everton. And I couldn't believe it. I just remember 8 and number 2 still being in the hat with 4 balls to go. And I was delighted. I didn't really mind if it was home or away. I was that excited. I didn't know. But even better for being away. It's amazing.
Well, Kane, let me tell you, we've got somebody joining us now who's actually played for Everton in an FA Cup final. A guy I'm sure you recognise.
Oh, Tony's joined us.
There's Hibbo. Hello, Hibbo.
Oh,
just about got in then.
What did you make when you saw Kane celebrating with your shirt on, Tony?
Oh, it's madness. I heard him saying about his phone hasn't stopped. Mine hasn't stopped as well. You know me,
I know.
I've done more interviews now since I have been playing in my career.
I looked on Twitter and you were trending at one point.
It's gone crazy.
I bet you weren't expecting to see a Toni Hibbert shirt out there and going all over Twitter.
To be honest, I didn't see the game. I woke up to my phone going berserk. Right in the morning, I was thinking, what's happened here? I was like, right, here we go. And then all the journalists and everyone else started going. And
the last thing you wanted, Debo, isn't it?
Yeah, I've absolutely killed you, you know.
I mean, honestly, in the middle of nowhere, I'm just trying to keep my head down.
Kane, if you score the winner at Goodison, don't show a Hibbert shirt, otherwise you'll have to throw his phone in the river.
Yes. I'll make sure I don't take it with me.
We had some great days in your time in the FA Cup, Tony. 1 or 2 disappointing results as well. What advice would you give to Kane on the big day? What should his mindset be?
It's the same as it always been. Obviously, going into the games he's played in, there's no difference. Obviously, the Everton one is going to be a lot more pressure, and obviously a lot more viewings on it because of obviously the type of game it is now. But I think he's just got to enjoy every minute of it.
Do you think you'll be able to enjoy it, Kane?
I think I have to. Like Tony said, it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for me to play at Goodison, and yeah, I think I'm going to enjoy it. Hopefully the emotions don't get the better of me, but yeah, I'm certainly going to enjoy it for a start.
Is that a bit that you're looking forward to, Kane, standing in the tunnel, the drum roll of Z cars, and you walk out onto Goodison Park to all that noise? Yeah,
definitely. I think when I got back in the change room after Bournemouth, I blasted on Z cars on the speakers. So yeah, it's going to be a great experience. I think a bit in awe of everyone. Like you look into your left, and you've got the heroes that Everton have, and it's going to be brilliant. And I really can't wait for it.
Seamus Coleman was the caught your eye over the years as well, being a right back.
Yeah, he's been excellent. I think just as Tony, they're 100% work for the club and don't leave anything on the pitch, and I think that's why he'd become a fan favourite as well.
Tony, have you got a message for Kane ahead of the big game?
You just enjoy it. It's going to be a special day, and obviously he's saying about the ticket requests. There's family and friends. It's a special day, obviously at Goodison. So you just got to enjoy every minute.
No, thank you. I appreciate that.
What a fantastic story that is. I absolutely love seeing stuff like that. And I loved watching the highlights of Toni Hibbert back in a blue jersey there.
Yeah, fantastic.
Proper Everton player, wasn't he, Toni Hibbert? Proper right back.
Do you know what? Playing right back myself and then seeing Ibbo play, it kind of reminded me he loved the tattle. He didn't like to get beat defensively, and he didn't score goals just like me. So it reminds me of me all over again, Ibbo.
That's brilliant. And of course, Kane Smith there, you know, what a special night this is going to be for him to come to Goodison Park, the team that he loves, you know, a fantastic historic stadium on a massive night for his club and for Everton as well. He must be just buzzing.
Do you know what, Sarah? I heard something before the game that he was sub as well on the last game.
Yeah.
So, wow, I bet he thought, oh, am I going to play? All the hype's been about me with Toni Hibbert's shirt, and am I going to play? And yeah, I made up for the boy. He supports this football club to play at Goodison. Must be a dream come true, and yeah, he'll do for me being an Evertonian as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
As long as he doesn't go away happy tonight, I hope he enjoys the all, hopefully 90 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't want to see longer than 90 minutes, if I'm honest. But no, I hope he
definitely not.
I hope he loves his experience of Goodison Park and playing here. But
you know, we've got to do it.
Hopefully
he'll be happy for Everton. Hopefully he'll be.
There's no friends in this game for 90 minutes.
That's it.
You get the job done and then give him what he wants. He can have every shirt of the players then.
Absolutely.
But,
and I think he'll get an exceptional response from the fans, won't he, as well?
I do. I think, he's become common knowledge with the Evertonians that he is a big Everton fan, and I think he'll get a great round of applause for it as well, so, and rightly so.
Yeah, brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. Well, Everton looking to beat Boreham Wood tonight to progress to the quarterfinals. Our women did that just a few days ago with a win at Charlton. Let's have a look at it.
Win to Bruton. Charlton on the attack. Robinson with the effort. And it had McKeever stretching. Charlton knocking on the door early on in this FA Cup tie.
Yes, Gav! Well done, Gav! Get them up!
Darley will chase. Kenza Darley cuts inside. Finds Turner. Cross comes in. Duggan! Save! Izzy Christensen there! Comes back out to Turner. Great save from Eartha Cummings. George. Looking for Darley again. France international. Kenza Darley. Oh, and it's in! A moment of brilliance from Kenza Darley, her first Everton goal. And she puts Everton 1-0 up. A beautiful strike. Cummings had no chance. Turner with the shot. Always rising. George.
Alicia, get over there. Swap with her. Go on, swap with her. Quickly, get over here.
Finds Christensen, but dispossessed by Ross. Now George, now Darley. Graham. And it's headed, and a great save, and a second bite of the cherry for Anna Anvegard. On the rebound, the Sweden international nods home for her 5th goal of the season. Graham put it on a plate for Anvegard. Super save from Cummings, but she couldn't react for the rebound. George once again to Graham. Graham on the attack for Everton. Philby clears to George again. Shouts for handball. And Charlton just about managed to clear their lines. Cummings with the goal kick. Looking for Hukin. Finds Robinson. McKeever comes. Hukin again, cleared by McKeever. And Hughes once more, cleared by George. Galley finding Graham. Emsley arriving off the bar. And that could have been 3 for Everton.
Welcome back to Everton Live, and I'm absolutely delighted to be joined by Toni Duggan, straight on the back of an Everton win yesterday. We got back about 1 in the morning, didn't we, Toni?
Oh, we did.
A 1-0 win at Aston Villa. Delighted with that, weren't we?
Oh, yeah, buzzing. Finally as well, we needed that 3 points. It was a massive game for us, and I'm just so happy for the girls because we've really been working so hard, and sometimes when you're in that moment, some things don't go for you, but last night it did, and I think this could be the turning point now.
I think so as well, and of course, you know, back-to-back wins, because just a few days before that, like the men are about to do tonight, we had a tie in the FA Cup. We're now through to the quarter-finals, 2-0 victors at Charlton as well, who are a good team. So 2 clean sheets on the bounce, 2 wins into the quarters. It's just given us that little feel-good factor that we needed, hasn't it? Yeah,
it was massive. As I say, it's been a difficult season. I said last time I was on it, you can't hide from that. You look at the table and there's no way Everton Women should be where we are, but that's the reality. And now we're in the quarter-final of the FA Cup, so that's massive. Hopefully the men can do the same tonight. Again, the men have had a difficult season as well, but sometimes a good cup run can change your season, and that's what we need. And both teams, hopefully we can get there, get to the final. But yeah, as you say, 2 back-to-back wins, brilliant, clean sheet. So hopefully pick up some momentum now. We know it's a busy March, so we've got tough fixtures coming up, but you know, we're on the right track, so that's the most important.
We definitely are, you know, and we could see that last night. Some travelling support as well. Of course, Grandad Ken, the legend, was there to watch you as well on to victory. But the fans that travelled, we were talking off air there before, weren't we, Toni? Like, all through the game, chanting your name, chanting the names of your teammates, cheering Everton on, roaring us on. And at the end of the game, for those who've seen the celebrations, it was just the release, everyone coming together, the fans, the players, the staff.
Yeah.
It was Everton, wasn't it?
Oh, it was brilliant. That's what Everton's all about. I honestly messaged the group last night and I said, that is Everton.
Yeah.
That's the spirit, that's the desire, that's what we need. We need that every single game. And, you know, the support helps. As you say, there was only, 15, 20 fans there last night, but you could hear them, you could feel them. And, you know, when the game's nitty-gritty at 0-0, that's what you need. And even tonight, that's what Goodison Park's about as well. That is Everton. So the fans need to get behind both teams and push us on, because it's been a difficult season, but we can turn it round. There's a long way to go and things can get better and things are on the up at the club. So that's why I'm smiling today anyway.
Oh, I love it. We love to see you smiling. And as you said, you know, there's no shying away from the fact that both teams, the men and the women, have had a lot to contend with this season. There's been a lot of changes in terms of management and what's going on the pitch. And, you know, that's not easy stuff to deal with. So that desire to grind through it together, that's where we come through now, and hopefully it's made us stronger.
Yeah, definitely. For the players, for the fans, for the club on the whole, sticking together is the biggest thing. Once you start separating, that's where you have bigger difficulties. There has been a change in management, there has been changes at the club throughout, but as long as we stick together as players, stick together with the fans, stick together as a club, you know, things can only improve and go in one direction, and things are changing now, so it's good. It's nice to see smiley faces around the training ground and around the team. But yeah, you know, it's a great club to be a part of, and, you know, this club can only go upwards now.
Definitely, and just in terms of tonight's game as well, I've got to mention the last time you made your Everton Live debut, we played Arsenal.
On the screen. Little kids went to me today as World Book Day.
Oh, that's brilliant. So,
That's cute.
Yeah, a little girl on the big screen here at Goodison has gone on to World Book Day as Toni Duggan. And we also have the girl...
Shout out to Daisy.
Shout out to Daisy, and the girl on the Junior Bake Off as well, wasn't
that
she?
was cute.
She made a Toni Duggan cake or thing. It's brilliant. But
I'm not bigging myself up, I've just seen it on the tally behind, so
it wasn't. I'm joking. No, that was boss that she did. She looked brilliant. So well into Daisy, back in the Blues. We love that. But yeah, your last appearance here, Toni, we beat Arsenal 2-1, and I remember you give a bit of a rallying cry, and I said, I hope they're playing that in the changing rooms. So can we have another one tonight?
I don't think they will be. No, I believe in them tonight. I mean, it's going to be a difficult game. It always is. You know, it could be a banana skin. That's what the FA Cup's about. You know, Boreham Wood, it's done amazing to get this far.
Absolutely.
So it could be a difficult game, but Everton have the quality. I'm sure Frank's got a lot of experience in this tournament before, and he knows how to get the players ready for this. And yeah, I only see an Everton win. I think it'll be all right, but it could be a potential slip-up, so the players need to be focused.
Yeah, they do. Focus, get it over the line, and we want to be into that quarter-final round as well. Just quickly to finish on Toni as well, our next game versus Leicester, another big game, home game. We want as many Blues there as possible, don't we, to roar us on to the win? Yeah,
I've just said the travelling fans the other day, that, you know, they got to Walsall, they got behind the team, and as I say, there wasn't many of them, but they made a difference. So imagine what Walton Park can be like with more fans getting behind us, rooting for us. Everton fans are great. Goodison Park's always a great atmosphere, so let's do the same at Walton Park against Leicester, because it's another massive game. The season's not over, the season's not done. We can keep climbing that table, and it's going to be a big 3 points against Leicester, so come on the Blues.
Come on the Blues. We want you there, and you can actually claim free tickets for the next two Walton Hall Park fixtures, Leicester and Chelsea, coming up as well. City away in the quarterfinals, Old Trafford. We've got Old Trafford to go to, haven't we? It's a big one. We're going to have an allocated end as well, so we want you to really represent us and get that place rocking. But Toni, thank you so much for your time. You've been brilliant as ever. Congratulations on last night. And
no worries.
Can we get a score prediction, or is that too cheeky? Just a win.
I want to say 4-0.
4-0. Come on, Blues. Brilliant. Toni Duggan, fantastic as ever. But now let's hear from Andros Townsend as he spoke to some of our EDSA junior members as part of our Level Playing Field campaign.
How does it feel when you are in the tunnel at Goodison and hear red card?
Just so much excitement, so much. I'm just so anxious to get the game started, because you've done all your preparation, you've done your warm up, you've spent the whole week like planning and training for this moment. So the seconds before you step out to an unbelievable crowd, it's just so much excitement. The hairs on the back of your neck are standing up. You really just can't wait to get to work. So yeah, it's a great feeling that those few seconds before you do step up those steps and walk out in front of the Goodison Park faithful.
What's the best thing about moving to Everton?
About moving to Everton.
What's the best thing about moving to Everton?
What's the best thing about moving to Everton?
Thanks for that question, Carter. Definitely the size of the club and the potential, the possibilities. I came from Crystal Palace, where the goal each season, I loved my time at Crystal Palace, but the goal each season was first and foremost to survive in the Premier League and then hopefully break into the top 10. But with Everton, the ambition from the start is, can we get into Europe? Can we win the FA Cup? Can we go far in an FA Cup? And I think that's the best thing about playing for a club like Everton, that the expectation and the ambition is the sky's the limit, and so it should be.
Hi, Andros.
Hi, Noah.
If you could be an animal, what animal would you be and why?
No, that is a left field question. I wasn't prepared for that. Probably a lion, because they're the king of the jungle, and why not want to be the best?
Yeah.
Is that good enough for you, Noah? Yeah?
Yeah. And my second one is, what's your favourite takeaway and what do you order?
I'm not really a big takeaway man, so when I get the opportunity to let myself go, I'll either go for a Chinese takeaway, or I do like a McDonald's. If I know that I've got a few weeks to burn it off before the next game, I do like a McDonald's, and to really indulge.
It was brilliant stuff from Toni Duggan. You've just been talking to us for
Yeah.
yourself there. She's delighted, isn't she, after that win yesterday?
She was absolutely delighted. I told her, and she said she'd seen me at the Reading game, and she was disappointed that they were 1-up and ended up eventually losing 2-1. But yeah, great boost for the girls last night, and hopefully that might give them a lot of confidence now to go on a little run.
Definitely. Well, that's what it can do for you, isn't it? A cup run. And we're hoping that, of course, will happen for the men as well. After, we don't want to talk too much about it, because I'm still sick to me back teeth about that penalty last week. Wow. When, you know, me and Diamond had spoken about it ahead of the show, about the one before against Southampton, and we were saying, you know, maybe we need to be a little bit more in the face of the ref sometimes with those decisions. But, you know, I think we'd still take a lot of confidence from that. But obviously, you know... And
you know what, Sarah? The referee couldn't see it from where he was, so you accept that it has gone to VAR, the one at Man City, the one at Southampton. I remember listening to Graham's commentary, because he was down there with Darren, and he's going, it's a definite penalty. And it was a penalty. But that one the other day against Man City was even worse. Because when it came on, all right, the referee didn't see it, VAR got to look at, and then as soon as we seen the replay, I'm going on commentary, 100% it's a penalty. It cannot... And we had the analysts from Man City sat right at the side of me, and when it come up no penalty, they even looked at me and Darren, blew the cheeks out as much, said, wow, I cannot believe they've not... Absolute shock. There's only him not seen it inside the old ground, and then everybody else, all the pundits on Match of the Day, etc., were just saying, this is unbelievable how they've not given a penalty. But it wasn't to be...
Frank's handled it well, hasn't he, as well?
He has.
I think he's been fantastic in what he said, because it's quite clear.
Even his 3-year-old daughter knew it was a penalty.
Yeah, absolutely. And I thought, good on you, Frank, because, you know, these things need highlighting, and I think we're all, as Evertonians as well, we get sick of it always kind of being us on the wrong side of it, don't we, you know? So hopefully, you know, we're a bit sore from that, a bit angry, but I think one thing that we can say from that performance is the unity and the pride. You know, every single player to a man was applauded off that pitch, because we knew we deserved something from it, didn't we? But how important would it be to, you know, on the back of that frustration, get a good cup run and try and get the fans to Wembley and build on something?
Do you know what, Sarah? We were playing probably one of the best clubs in world football in Man City the other day, and we fought, we battled, we caused them problems. And it was an uncomfortable afternoon for Man City. It really was. So it just showed a couple of tackles that went in. The crowd were up for it. And surely the boys must realise now, after 3 or 4 games that Frank's been in charge, especially at home, what it means to these fans. And now I'm going to tell them what it means. I never played in the cup final against Liverpool. I was injured in '89. But what it means to these fans. I've been there in semi-finals against Man United when we beat them on penalties down there.
What a day that
was.
was.
The noise, the whole atmosphere was absolutely incredible. It means so much, the FA Cup. This football club means so much to them anyway. But for a good cup run, the boys will realise if they can get to Wembley, wow, these will follow them in the thousands, make unbelievable noise. So it starts this evening.
It starts this evening.
It does start this evening. Get through.
Yeah,
end of.
That's it. We've got to get through. We've got to get through. And we're hoping to do that tonight. But now, let's hear from Gareth Farrelly. I spoke to him ahead of kick-off. Welcome back to Everton Live. Delighted to be joined by former Everton player Gareth Farrelly ahead of this one versus Boreham Wood. Now, Gareth, welcome back to the show. You've made an appearance, sorry, I should say, before.
It's my second appearance of the season. I've either done something well or I've done something very, very bad that I've been brought back again. So I'm looking forward to the game again tonight. Definitely.
Now, you're no stranger to playing here, obviously, at Goodison Park, and it's a special place, isn't it? Especially under the lights, Goodison Park, floodlighted up, FA Cup, 5th round game. A win here would see Everton into the quarter-finals. There's a lot riding on this in what's been a difficult season, isn't there?
Yeah, difficult season, but there's a long, long way to go. And as I say, you'll hear all of the cliches with regard to take it one game at a time, but it's going to be interesting. We have the cup drawn a little bit now, and obviously people will know in advance of the game what the opposition is going to be if they get through. And no disrespect to Boreham Wood, but obviously the expectation is that Everton will win tonight comfortably and then move on to what comes next.
Absolutely, as you say, you know, the expectation is there. Boreham Wood, I think we'll agree that they've done exceptionally well and they've played some lovely stuff to get here, but ultimately 5th division and Everton should have enough to get it over the line. But how much of an added incentive is it for both teams, you know, to know who it is going to be? It could be a really tasty tie awaiting this one.
Yeah, very much so, and I think there's been some shocks or strange results.
Absolutely.
Probably not as people would have expected it to be, but I don't think Everton will be overly worried about tonight. Obviously they will pay due respects to Boreham Wood, and it's a huge occasion for Boreham Wood, and you can see how they've spoken about the game in anticipation and how much they're looking forward to it to gauge themselves against the Premier League team. But you would hope that Everton will be more than comfortable this evening.
Definitely, we should have more than enough to get the tie over the line. Hopefully it's an entertaining game of football, but one in which Everton will ultimately win comfortably. And just on the young players, obviously we've heard from Frank Lampard that Mikalenko will start at left back, and maybe young Nathan Patterson might get his nod to start some of the younger players. Do you think this would be a good opportunity for Frank perhaps to give some of the younger players some minutes in that Everton shirt?
Yes, and I think some of the other younger players are obviously far more relied on now than they would have been at the start of the season. But again, it's the game. For the players, it's a huge occasion. For those young players who've possibly not played before, it will mean even more to them. But it's still about winning games, and it's 11v11. And as I say, Everton, I'm sure they won't be thinking beyond that.
Yeah, definitely. We've got to get this one over the line first. But thank you so much, Gareth Farrelly, for joining
pleasure.
us again. Enjoy the game.
Yeah, and you. Take
we'll
care.
See you again. Thank you. Yeah, always great to have Gareth Farrelly on the show. Of course, Snods, you know, scored one of the most important goals in Everton Football Club's history, didn't he?
He really did, yeah. I see Gareth quite a lot round Formby, round Southport. He lives that way on, and to be fair, I'm usually walking my dog and he's running past me. He's still quite fit, Gareth. So yeah, I see him. But yeah, the goal he scored was so important to this football club.
Absolutely, it kept us here, didn't it? And you know, we're hoping it doesn't get any closer like that this season. But obviously, we know we're towards the wrong end of the table at the moment. But no, it's brilliant to speak to him, and I'm sure we'll pull away from it this season at some point. We're just waiting. I believe we should hear any time around about now who Everton are going to be drawn against, or Boreham Wood, I should say. Of course, we're going to find out ahead of this one who will be awaiting either team in that quarter-final. Anyone particularly you're hoping for, Snods?
I'm not really bothered, to be quite honest. I know people will say Middlesbrough, but they've had a fantastic cup run. They beat Tottenham and Man United. Let's not forget that. On paper, they look probably the easiest out of the lot because they're all Premier League clubs. But give me anybody at home with this crowd behind us, and I think we're capable of beating. It showed what we did with Man City in that league game. So an FA Cup game. Give me anybody at Goodison Park.
We'll have anyone at Goodison, that's what you've heard, but we'll have it any moment now. But first, ahead of that, here are the highlights for the goal of the month. Pick your favourite. Yeah, so make sure you cast your votes there for goal of the month. Some fantastic picks in there. Ken Zadali, we were just looking at that one, weren't we? For the women in the club, brilliant, wasn't it?
Fantastic goal, really quality goal.
And we'd like to see the same tonight, a fantastic goal. Oh, the draw is actually live on the screens here at Goodison Park now, so we will be about to find out who we've got. I think we're running through the whole draw though, so we'll just quickly talk. We'll talk amongst ourselves while that's going on until Everton are drawn out.
This is us, is it?
Oh, it's done. That was nice and easy. Brilliant. That'll do. Crystal Palace away will await either Everton or Boreham Wood. We just heard a massive cheer there from the Boreham Wood fans. It could have been worse than that, couldn't it?
Yeah, it could have been a lot more difficult than Crystal Palace, but don't get me wrong, Crystal Palace played ever so well against us in the league. We didn't play that particularly well, but they beat us comfortably that afternoon. So, but no, we're Liverpool's, your Man Cities are still in there, so it's a great opportunity.
We've just seen them lot have got a nice easy tie.
Oh.
No surprises there, is there? About us,
Let's not even
entertain them.
Correct.
Exactly. So
we've got a game on tonight. We've got to win, and then hopefully, if we win tonight, we play Crystal Palace. I ain't bothered about Liverpool. I ain't bothered about Man City. I ain't bothered about anybody else. Let's focus on Everton Football Club winning tonight, and hopefully going to Crystal Palace in the quarterfinals.
Definitely, we'll be there. Really looking forward to that one if we do get there, of course. And as you said, enough about them. Let's focus on our game and our game tonight. And something that is fantastic is to see that Mykolenko is starting. And of course, Frank Lampard has made him captain. In light of everything that's going on in the world at the moment, we saw the gestures from the football club ahead of the Leeds game. It's a really nice gesture and a powerful message, isn't it, to show the support for that young man who's captaining his side tonight.
You know what, Sarah? It's so sad what's happening in Ukraine. I've got the TV on all the time. I've got the news on, and I feel so sorry for them as a nation, for the youngsters growing up there and having to leave the country and everything. You just can't explain it. And we're talking about a game of football here tonight that a lot of fans. It's life. It means everything to them. But when you're talking about what's happening in Ukraine, it's nothing. And the scenes against Man City were touching. And when we played that song, Evie's My Brother, wow, there were a tear in my eye as well.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And
it just shows that there's a lot of bad things happening in the world at the present, and hopefully this boy will lead Everton out and he'll be proud as punch.
Absolutely. Well, he's a young lad who's come over from Ukraine to a new country, a new division, doesn't speak too much English, and on top of that, he's then thinking about his friends, his family, everybody back home. It's incredible the bravery shown by him, and you see the jerseys there, the warm-up jerseys, we stand with Ukraine. I think, he'll know certainly now, Mykolenko, what this football club's about, and, hopefully he feels the love and support from every single one of us inside the stadium tonight.
Yeah, it's just something that everybody goes, oh, weren't it fantastic that they come out with the Ukraine flags on the players, and that's what we're all about. We are a fantastic football club. We care about everybody, and that boy he's a youngster. He's only just arrived at the club, and my heart goes out with everybody in Ukraine, not just Mykolenko, but he'll get a great ovation when he leads his football club out this evening.
Definitely. Good on the young man, respect to him for having the courage, and, we wish him the very best tonight. And somebody else we wish the best to in terms of their football debut, Nathan Patterson starting for Everton. I think there's a lot of Evertonians really excited to see the pair of them together starting as the pair of fullbacks for Everton.
Yeah, I've only seen him in the under-23. I think he played for about 60 minutes. I watched the game. He looks to have tremendous pace. He's very quick, and I think tonight will suit him, hopefully, that he'll not have too much defending to do, and all he'll be able to do is he's got probably 3 centre-backs there that'll be encouraging him to get on and get forward, and that's his strength. So hopefully we'll see him getting down this right-hand side, producing some great balls into the box, and that's what he's been bought for. So, full house. 5th round of the FA Cup at Goodison Park. Brilliant.
It's absolutely brilliant. So Nathan Patterson will make his debut, and of course there are 3 potential debutants. I just got hit with the ball there. Shall I keep it? Shall I take it home with me?
Yeah.
That's mine now, it counts, doesn't it? Absolutely fantastic. But the man who has started Nathan Patterson, Frank Lampard, let's hear from him ahead of this one.
First of all, Frank, you obviously texted Luke Garrard on the Monday after they beat Bournemouth in the last round. What did you have to say to him, and how will you welcome him to Goodison Park?
Well, I sent him a message just to congratulate him because I'd watched the game against Bournemouth. Thought it was a special evening, and I'm actually close with Scott Parker as well, so sometimes the FA Cup just does that. I thought the feeling of the players and the fans and the owner and the manager himself, I felt it was just right to sort of congratulate him and offer him an early warm welcome to Goodison. I've been in this situation before, similar, in my playing days, and I wanted to make sure that they know that they'll get any help that they can in terms of the match day and what they need, except for the 90 minutes of the game. So, yeah, that was it.
Biggest challenge for you, though, when you're preparing for a game against non-league opposition, and clearly your favourites to beat them, and quite convincingly and easily?
Well, I think some of the beauty of where I'm at here now is I've been in such a short period of time that we are a work in progress in many ways in terms of what we're trying to do on the pitch. So it's just another opportunity for us to keep improving. So we don't even have to look and view it as anything but a game for us to be better than we were in our last game, to consider the opposition for what they are in terms of their strengths and weaknesses and be the best that we can be. You know, as I say, there's no feeling of will we relax and have this incredible confidence that it'll all be fine. We're not there. We need to keep working and play as well as we can.
So there he is, the gaffer. We've heard from him ahead of this one. He'll be looking to make it 3 out of 3 here at Goodison Park. I think he's going to do it, don't we? We keep saying it, but we should be okay tonight.
We do. I keep saying Crystal Palace, but let's get Boreham Wood out of there, out of the equation first. Let's go about our job professionally. The attitude's got to be absolutely spot on from the first minute. Try getting an early lead, settle us down, and then they'll realise how tough it is going to be. So, come on the Blues, let's get it done.
Come on the Blues, that's what we want to hear. And you're up, of course, with Darren, aren't you? In Commentary, you're going to make your way up there
I
shortly.
certainly am, yes.
Brilliant. Well, Ian, I missed you the last few weeks.
I know. I'm not going far, though,
He's
Sarah.
not going far, though, but thank you so much.
Pleasure.
And prediction?
Prediction 3-0.
3-0. That'll do, won't it? That'll do. Well, that has been your Everton Live. A big thank you to Ian Snodin and all our guests as ever. We will be back on the 13th, Sunday, versus Wolverhampton Wanderers in the league. See you then.